What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday. Welcome back to Drone Brews. Feels like I haven't done this in a hot minute. What has it been? 2 weeks? It feels longer. Let's go ahead and pour a beer. It's, of course, what we do here. I've been sober for 2 weeks. No, that's not true. I haven't been sober for 2 weeks. That's a lie. That claim has been disputed. Let me go ahead and pour one out here because it's been that long. Tonight, we are drinking Cubano. We're drinking shit from Cuba. It's going to be amazing. Pour one in here. Smells, it's got an espresso-like scent to it. It smells amazing. It's a brown ale. 5.5% alcohol. Had to back off the alcoholic content since apparently anything over 6% brings out coconut tits. So we're not doing that. We're not going to do that. I got in a lot of trouble the next day. A lot of explanations. That is really good. It tastes like coffee, but beer, but then a little bit of coffee. It's the best of everything. It's an upper and a downer. Feels like I'm in Oregon. All right, let's go ahead and check out the chat. Let's see who's here. We got a bunch of Brew Crew members. I see a lot of Fly logos. Let's see. We've got B-Man. We've got Captured Life Connection. Fly High, Wisconsin. Lon is here. Silas is here. Got Leonard Oglesby. Brad Hendo. Eddie Nunez. Mr. Paul Feinberg, which he's here. He's in the backstage. Got Drone Boy. What's going on? Nate Gordon. Good to see you. Been a long time. We got Chad B in the chat. And Eagle Eye Ariel is here. All here. And if you're not here now and we just did roll call, then you're late. Let's go ahead and bring in producer Paul.
What's up, guys?
Producer Paul, how are you?
Man, I feel like it's been forever.
It is. It has been.
I took a vacation and then the whole thing just blew up. I mean,
yeah, well, that's what happens when I multicam. So I did a multicam stream with Kelly and I think I drank way too much that stream. I got drunk. Then the coconuts came out. And then after that, it was just.
What happens when I'm not here? The coconuts come out. Nobody wanted to see.
I know. What's going on, Robert C? Good to see you. I see Art is in the chat as well. So it's been a while, and I feel like out of place. You know, you take 2 weeks off, and you're sort of like you're out of the groove. Last week we were supposed to have Joshua Bardwell on the show. We're supposed to have Josh Bardwell on the show.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
that would have been awesome to do. But we ended up having to pull out of having Josh on the show because one, YouTube went down. YouTube went down, and I was in the midst of having I was getting hammered with the tropical storm. I wasn't like drunkenly getting hammered.
Right. I remember that. We were like, are you gonna have internet? Your internet was better than mine though, so
yeah, my internet on its worst day is still better than Paul's on his best day. So that's the thing. So internet was going in and out for me. So I ended up just pulling the plug because I was getting so frustrated with everything. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to stream. We're just not going to do it. That's what I said. So
I will say though that look at me. I look actually pretty crisp tonight. The ladies I have the whole house to myself right now. They're not watching the Hallmark channel. So that must be helping me out tonight, I guess.
Nothing could ever help you, Paul. The only thing that helps you is white balance and a little splash of green you put on the wall. Maybe you got the window open tonight. Maybe your internet connection can escape through the window. I didn't even know there was blinds there. You make me sick, Paul.
Didn't even know my blinds were open. Somebody must have my wife must have come in here.
I don't know, Paul. You make me sick. All right, so tonight we're talking about top 5 drones of 2020. It's the State of the Union. Tonight we're going to talk about the best drone of 2020.
China.
Trust me. I know drones, even if drones were made in... Shit, why'd I hit that button? I hit the button. Don't do it, Paul. Stop dancing.
Woo! Love it. I love that song. You know I sing that song, right? I mean, I wrote that song. It was our original song, right?
No, Paul, where was I? And we're going to talk about all the best drones and maybe one drone that's made in America, but all the rest of them are made in China. Yes. So... let's jump into number 5. We're going to start this ass ways backwards. We're going to start the countdown in reverse because that's how you do countdowns. There hasn't been very many drones that were released. There's been some announced at CES, and actually there was more than 5 or 6 drones on the list, but I'm doing a list of 5. So if it didn't make it to 5, that's how shitty the drone was. That's how shitty the drone was.
B-Man says V-Copter all the way.
No, V-Copter's not even on the list. V-Copter was never a thing. Didn't I tell you V-Copter would never be a thing? Look at that. It's not even a thing. It's not like
here in 2020. What do you know?
2020, and it's still not here.
Couldn't survive.
Here we go. Number 8. Or no, number 8. I said 5. List of 5.
Man, the beer's already getting to you?
A little bit. So number 5, let's see. Did anybody got to guess what my number 5 choice? This is my list, by the way. Your list may be different though. Number 5. What do you think number 5 is, Paul?
I'm gonna go with Evo 2.
Which Evo 2 is number 5? There's 2 of them.
6K.
Why would that be number 5, Paul? Why would that be number 5?
8K, maybe? Sure. 8K.
Yes, number 5 is the 8K. Oh. Evo 2 8K is number 5. You know why I put that as number 5? This is why I put it as number 5. It wasn't all that interesting. I think we got it wrong at CES. When I went to CES, I saw the drone and we flew it. You get caught up in the hype of new products and you're sort of like, man, this is amazing. 8K is amazing. 8K is not amazing. It's not amazing because it's not really 8K.
It doesn't look that much better, in my opinion. I mean, I have it and I've tested out the 8K modes just because I wanted to see how good it is, but only thing it does is it slows my computer down, and I really can't tell the good quality unless you're going to be cropping. Which who crops in a drone? I mean, yeah. 8K is a pain in the ass to work with. It is a pain in the ass to work with, and it's just not worth it. That and the camera, for me, the 8K camera, in low light situations, it struggles. It struggles a bit. What's the matter? The 8K is about as useless as your coconut tits.
You're right. The 8K is about as useless as my coconut tits. You're absolutely right. But I believe like a lot of us got it wrong. We were like, anytime a new product comes out, it's easy to get on that hype train and get super excited about it and be like, this is amazing. And yeah, it wasn't worth it. So I put the Evo 2 8K at number 5. That was the number 5 drone. And if I'm being real, like there really wasn't anything, before that. I mean, I guess you got the Power Egg X that came out, but that was like number 10 out of 6 drones that were released. That I would rank that number 10. That was the shittiest drone I've flown all year. That thing sucked. Number 4. Number 4, Paul. What do you have? What's your guess on number 4? I didn't share my list with you. What is number 4?
You know, the AK wasn't even on my list because there's so many other good ones. But shoot, number 4, I would say, I guess, Evo 2 6K maybe, or the Mavic.
No.
Dang it, I failed.
All right, so I'll tell you what my number 4 is. In this one, I thought about this. Like I was, every time I took a shower, I took a crap, whatever. I started thinking about my list in my head. I was running through a visualization of a list. And this one is going to trigger people that I put this at number 4. Number 4 on my list is the Skydio 2. Skydio 2 at number 4. And I have some very specific reasons why I put this at the number 4 drone of the year. Reason number 1, it's a very limited drone. You can use it in a very limited manner, and it's a very specific use case application, right? It's meant to follow something. It's meant to follow a subject, particularly something in action. If you use the controller, the range is limited quite drastically, and you're only operating the quad at about I want to say a 75% capacity on yourself. You, as the pilot, are operating it at 75% in control of the decisions that the drone makes. And because you can't fly it at night, and it's limited. But the main reason why I ranked it at number 4 is because they're just now fulfilling orders that were placed last November. So last November, when people were ordering this thing, or was it actually, I think the orders went October, but anyways, they're still fulfilling orders from last year.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know.
So, and I know COVID hit, but there's been companies able to circumvent that and get around that. And I get it. It's an American company and they're in California, but because of that reason, I ranked it at number 4.
Well, I agree. I mean, mine was
all fair. I think that's all fair.
I actually put it number 5 on my list. I think I texted you my list. I put it number 5, not because I don't think it's a really cool drone. And
Mon did point out it's not a 2020 drone, and yeah, that's a fair point that it's not a 2020 drone. But I think a lot of people, the vast majority of people that got the drone probably got it in 2020. It was like on the cusp. It's on the cusp of 2020. So that's why I include it in 2020, because the vast majority of people that are going to get that drone in their hands is in 2020.
It's not a 2020 drone, but it still hasn't been fulfilled yet for all the people who ordered it in 2020.
So my number 3, this is my number 3 choice. It's my number 3. Number 3, ready? Evo 2 Pro. Evo 2 Pro. I ranked that at number 3. Now, and I'm not basing this solely off of camera quality. I'm basing this off of all flight characteristics combined. I'm basing this off of everything combined. I'm factoring prices. I'm factoring availability. I'm factoring the feature sets that these companies put behind their products. So when I did these choices, the Evo 2 Pro has an amazing camera to a certain extent, but there's still some problems with this drone. There's some serious problems with this drone still today, that because of that, I've stopped flying it a lot. Like I haven't flew it a lot. So first problem is D-Log, or not D-Log. Fuck, you see where my head's at. The A-Log, their log profile still to this day does not have 10-bit. And I don't understand it. I'm in H.265. I'm doing everything. You run it through Premiere. Premiere still says it's 420 8-bit.
That's what I was going to ask. I was like, have they ever got 10-bit going on yet? I mean, they advertised that a long time ago.
So I have no idea where the 10-bit is. It's still MIA. Even after they said they fixed it, I'm still not seeing 10-bit 420. It should be able to at least do that. The other issue is that the SD card speed writes piss me off so badly. If you shoot anything over, like 6K is useless on the drone. It's useless. To find an SD card where you can get some reasonable write speeds is really hard. It's really hard to find.
You might have found one, but I would love to test it on your 6K with you one day. But
we may. I can tell you right now, the Delkin cards, the Delkin SD cards, the ones that I was using, I paid like 70, $80 for this Delkin card, and it was shit. It didn't work. I still got slow write speeds.
Was it a V90 or a V60?
It was a V90. It was V90. I mean, that's the fastest that you can use.
I feel like the Delkin card would definitely be. I'm currently using the Lexar card, and the 1800.
The Lexar cards have been good. The Lexar cards have been better. They've been better than the SanDisk cards, but they're not. I wouldn't say they're amazing. They're not amazing. They're okay. But the Lexar cards that I've been using that 1000X, and that's been okay. That's been actually my go-to. I'm actually in the process of replacing all of my SanDisk cards with Lexar cards because I've had too many corrupted files with SanDisk as of recent. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's me buying them from Amazon. That's the problem. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I suggest that the 1800X. It's been flawless. I was able to record 7 minutes, I think, straight of the 8K from the Evo 2 with no drops before I was getting tons of drops with other cards.
So number two on my list. Now, this is where people are going to be like, mad. But again, when we look at a drone for a consumer across the board, it's got to check a shit ton of boxes, right? It's got to check a shit ton of boxes. And I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to put the Mavic Mini 2 at number 2.
It's not Mavic Mini. It's Mini 2.
Mini 2, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't care. I want to call it. It's in my heart and in my. It will always be a Mavic Mini. It'll always be a Mavic Mini. So for me, that is number 2, and it's number 2 for some very specific reasons. Reason number 1, it's affordable, super affordable. At $449, it is an incredible value. Shoots 4K, just as clean as any other drone I mentioned on this list right here. It can fit, like you can stick it down your pants. Like you can be like, I mean, I could stick it in my pants if I want. Let me show you.
The thing is tiny, and the motors are.
And if I wanted to, Paul, I can stick this. If I wanted to smuggle this into a country, check it out, Paul. They'd be like, "Is that a Mavic Mini, or are you just happy to see me, huh?"
Sorry, I'm just happy to see you.
Mini out of my crotch, Paul. I got to remove this Mavic Mini out of my crotch, Paul. But it's that small, like you can stick it in there. And I didn't, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Paul. I noticed zero difference in the crotch expansional region with the Mavic Mini in there. So for reference, I noticed no difference with the Mini in there.
You need all the help you can get, I know.
I need all the help I can get. If I was going to go to a club, Paul, I may say I would rather stuff my pants with a Mini than a sock. I would stuff it with the Mini. Just saying. Personal preference, Paul. But you get the idea. It's so small, you can throw it in there and you can just go. If you lose it, it's not a big deal. It's not like you lost $1,800. And you know, the Mini 2 with the OcuSync is really great. Like, I mean, the range is really excellent.
The range for that thing is crazy. I mean, it's so tiny. I feel like you'd lose it anyway. It gets just flying away. But
yeah, I was going to give this away, but now I have to reconsider that since this was in my pants. Maybe if somebody is okay with it in my pants, I will desanitize and give this Mini. This is the Franken Mini, by the way.
It's like finding it, you know. It's worth more now.
But here's the other thing with the Mini 2. What I've noticed is I'm able to unlock in certain geo-restricted zones. Like, thank you, Metro. Appreciate that. Let me. Where's that? Damn it,
China.
Damn it. There. Fuck it. We'll hit all the buttons. All the buttons will hit.
I need to actually produce you because you can't hit the right button. Right?
I know you probably should actually have control of the sounds. No, but I was near MacDill Air Force Base, right? And I was doing a real estate shoot. And usually if I have the Mavic 2 Pro, it is not unlocking. Like you're not going to get it unlocked near the base.
Killing you.
So I have the Mini 2 and I'm like, you know what? Let me just try it. So I go to hit the sticks in and immediately it options me to go ahead and request a Lance authorization. So I was like, you know what? Let me go to Kitty Hawk and get a Lance, which I was able to. And it said that I only was able to get 100 feet. And I was like, you know what? This is a shitty house. That's perfect for what I need. I go into the fly application. The fly application unlocked, gave me the keys to the garden and more. I mean, it gave me everything but a hand job, and I was able to take off. And I mean, that was like awesome.
Hey, Nate Gordon, they'll give you $10 if you hit the China button again.
China.
There we go.
All right, Nate, pay up.
There you go. You got the China button, buddy. So, anyways, but isn't that crazy? The freaking mini. So there you go. So that's my number 2 spot. Number 1, and this is the number 1 spot. I'm going to put the Mavic Air 2 at number 1. And I think for most people, this is going to be the best all-around drone that you can buy. Like, there's not a better value. I really don't feel like today, 2020, right now, if you said, what drone should I buy that if tomorrow the hobby was taking away from me, I wouldn't feel too bad about? And that would be the Mavic Air 2. That would be the drone that I feel most would probably get the most bang for buck, whether it be professionally or just as a hobbyist, that you're going to be able to have the most amount of options. It's like that perfect sweet spot. The Mavic Air 2, I think, is for me the best sweet spot of all the drones that I mentioned on this list. I feel like this year we were missing out on that unicorn, that Mavic 3, right? Oh, Nate Gordon.
China.
A couple more China buttons.
China.
There you go.
China.
There you go. I feel like this year specifically, we were missing out on that like sort of wow drone, right? There was really no drone that had that wow factor, right? There's nothing. There was nothing. And there's actually still 2 drones that haven't even been released. Obviously, the V-Copter being one of them. You have X Dynamics that has the Evolve 2 that they keep teasing this shit on their social media. Like, they're posting photos, but if you watch the photos and videos, I'm just going to be real here. There's nothing all that impressive or alluring about the videos that is going to make me say, wow, let me drop $3,000 on that when that releases. By the time it releases, the competitors are already going to have another version, another leg up on these companies that are still holding on to shit from last CES. I mean, it's incredible. And I get it. I know COVID is part of the problem, but still, I mean, they're already behind. They already fucking shot themselves in the foot. So, I mean, there needs to be, I'm looking for something that is not quite a Mavic, not quite a Phantom 4 Pro. I want something professional, something more, you know what I mean? Like something more that is going to be like, okay, this could easily hold me over for a couple of years. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
Absolutely.
That's ideally what I want in a drone.
Thank you, Mr. Doc Murdoch. I think I got my audio fixed. Do I sound better now?
Yeah, you sound better. What was wrong with your audio, Paul?
It was set to the, I haven't streamed for a while. It was set to my MacBook Pro. I'm talking into this. It was not even going through it. Now it is, but
you don't double check stuff. That's what happens when you show up to my show 5 minutes before we go live, Paul. No sound checks.
Well, I was trying to do a sound check, but somebody wasn't showing up. I don't know where you were.
I was grabbing alcohol. Are you drinking a Bud Light, Paul?
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Paul? You make me sick. You make me sick. Are you serious? You're drinking seltzer, Paul?
Hey, my wife gave it to me for my birthday because she got all excited because she thought I was going to be really happy to drink it on the stream, and I just laughed at her, and I was like, okay, but I'll drink it anyway for you. Thank you.
Yeah, that you make me sick. So you know what we're doing here, Paul? So a couple of things I want to talk about too tonight is one, BMAX. China. So BMAC has the Triple Tech tablet, and he has been experiencing problems with the Triple Tech tablet with the Evo as well. He cannot get it working either, and they wanted me to do this software update on the tablet. They asked me to
tell me about this.
Yeah, so Triple Tech and I had sort of an argument. We had a blowout because in my video I said I would buy this tablet only if I was not going to use it with an Autel product, right?
Right.
So they weren't too happy with me saying that. They weren't happy with me saying that at all. So they've been trying to figure out what the problem was, and they traced it down to their firmware needed to be updated to work with the Autel application. But in order to update the firmware, you have to install like this crazy. It's basically a jig. It's a flash jig, but the application wanted me to turn off my firewall, and it wanted me to do all this stuff. And I'm
Right.
thinking,
A lot of shady stuff. There's no way.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm okay. This is a red flag. If software needs me to turn off my firewall to be able to update it, screw that. I'm not doing that. Because all my information is on this machine. You know what I mean? Like when you think about it, the malicious application can access whatever it wants: your banking information, your YouTube accounts, your email, your nude photos, whatever it is you have. It's got it all. So I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So needless to say, I'm still getting immense amounts of latency with trying to use my Evo 2, even after I followed all their steps and everything they told me to do, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Now, they did offer me to where I could send the tablet in. I can send the tablet to them. They would update it. But I think at that point, I probably would never get the tablet back. Because I think it's like, I think some companies are like, get this product out of his hands before he opens his mouth again. I think that's
because yeah.
Right. I think that's how a lot of people think, like, because they're afraid I'm going to say something that is going to, hurt them, which is true. I would.
You will.
Because my thing is, I don't want to see somebody spend $600 on something if they have a specific intention. Like if you have an intention to use that with an Autel product, you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be a happy camper. So fuck them. Got
on number 2.
Boys, yeah, we're on number 2 tonight. BK Drone Boy says, "Yo, what the fuck's up with these Mavic 2 Pro batteries? I've actually not blew one up in a while, man. I haven't blown up a Mavic 2 Pro battery in a while.
Have you been actually flying it in a while?
ABQ. No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. He's like, go to Starbucks. Why the fuck would I go to a public Wi-Fi to update this? That's not the problem. We're talking about Windows firewall to install an application. It's not the network related. It has nothing to do with network. This is all based upon the application. It needs you to turn off the firewall so you can run their executables, not the network firewall, the firewall that protects you against malicious activity. That's the firewall that they want you to turn off. I'm not doing that.
Nope.
I know fucking better than that to turn that off. No. Yeah, you need a clean computer. I would need to do it on this. Like this is my ThinkPad. Like I use this for training when I'm working with clients. I use this ThinkPad. I could do it on here. I could, but it's like after you set it up, you install the drivers and everything. It's too much of a pain in the ass. Like, why am I going to work that hard for this company? Like, fuck them. They should have sent it. They should have sent it right to begin with. Like, send it right or don't send it at all. Why would you not test it against these different, and you ship it with Android 8.1? Like, we're already in Android 11 right now. I put too much head on that. I'm gonna be.
That's what you said.
What's that? What you say, Paul? What's it, Paul? Paul, what you say?
So that's what she said.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
But that's triple tack. That's what their, the whole debacle is there. I have not, I haven't done too much more with the Mavic Mini either this week. I haven't been able to fly it. The winds have been crazy here. The past week, it's been like 25 miles per hour.
But I thought you said it could fly through the crazy winds, man.
It did fly through the crazy winds, but you fly through the crazy winds at your own risk. At your own risk. The problem is too, the only problem I have with the Mini 2 is the gimbal. Like this little gimbal, it gets blown around a little bit, It gets chucked around a bit. But I mean, this the Mini 1, but this thing's doing all right. I don't know. I'm thoroughly happy with it though. I'm gonna take it with me whenever I travel, whenever we're off restriction and we're allowed to go places again. Because if I'm not mistaking we're locking back down again or some shit like that. I don't know.
Oh, are we? I haven't heard anything.
Dude, there's no toilet paper. I had a
My
wipe.
wife was telling me about that today. We have to go out and buy toilet paper now because they're running low again.
That's the problem. That's the problem. People are like, oh, we're running low on toilet paper. Let's go get more toilet paper. That's like the gas syndrome with the hurricanes. We're running out of gas. Let's go get more gas.
I'm like, what? I don't know. I guess I just don't stay up to date on the news. I don't know. Debbie Downer. I don't like the news.
I watch news. I don't watch news. I'd rather make my own news. I want to make my own news, Paul. Not watching the news.
Right.
I'm not scrolling through Facebook anymore. Those are my rules. I just post shit and walk away. It's like this, like throw the bomb.
Set it and forget it.
Yo. 808 said, I made it. Rushed home from work to catch you two.
It's great to see you, man.
What a great guy, dude. What a great guy.
Very, very, very great guy. If you haven't seen his channel, you gotta check it out. Good guy.
So, so that's part of the reason why I've been flying a lot more FPV. Because what I've noticed is with my FPV drones, the wind does not matter. Wind does not matter for FPV. You can fly now. Let me rephrase it. It does matter to a certain extent. Like if you have a Cinewhoop, it won't. Yep. It will. You can't fly a Cinewhoop in heavy wind, but the quads you can fly basically in a pretty windy day. Now, as long as you're not doing an immense amount of acro, you're fine. What I found is I just play around in the trees. I'm like usually in sheltered areas, like like underneath the tree coverage, and I'll fly under there, and that's been pretty much perfect.
Well, yeah. I mean, how did you crash the 360R?
That was stupid. Yeah, that was stupid. So that was me. I went up for Best Buy. You know how Best Buy has the signs. I don't know anybody who works for Best Buy, but so Best Buy has this sign. So I was like, I'm gonna go up and tap. I'm gonna wall tap the Best Buy sign. So I go up, I tap it, but as I pull back off, I was too low. And by that point, it was already down. I already did the quad I crashed. I took it all apart. It pissed me off today. I was having so many issues. I couldn't get video to work. And then I finally get video to work. And then I'm flying around and the video feed just blacks out on me.
Wow.
Just blacks out. So that one's in the garbage. I'm rebuilding that. I'm just going to build two of the same. I'm going to build all the drones the same because I think that is the best. Yeah, I saw that vid pass through and looked for it. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find what? What couldn't you find? Brad Hendo says thoughts on the new Beagle Nova. I haven't got a chance to really get my hands on the Beagle Nova, like as far as flight time. I've physically held it, like the prototype. I've held the prototype. It's super, super tiny. It's super tiny and it's sub 249 grams. It's an interesting drone. It really is an interesting drone because it is so tiny and they did some different things that make this a different Cinewhoop. One, the way the batteries mount is interesting. Two, it has a fan for the internals. So literally you can let it sit there at an idle and it's not going to overheat like other quads on the market. With that being said, it isn't a digital quad. It's still running analog. And because it's still running analog, that's my only apprehension for them is, once you go digital, I can't fly analog anymore. Like I'm offloading all my analog shit and I'm converting it to digital. I can't go with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it went great. Yeah, my DJI units were getting what was it? The fuck was happening with that? Oh, it would get like green lines through the video feed. So I would get these green lines through the video feed, and then immediately I wouldn't fail safe. I would have to disarm because I would lose video, and it was just an absolute unsafe flight at that point. Luckily, I was just over a blank field because I knew there was something wasn't right with it. But that's my worst fear. My worst fear is to have a blackout while you're flying, like you're doing a building dive or something for that matter. I mean, the only thing you can do at that point is pull your goggles off and try to, have your eyes on it and fly it down. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. So I mean, that's about it. It's fucking scary though. Let's see. Let's jump in this hat here. Color of money. There's a company called Precision Drone Works. You do stuff here in Alabama that's building an office in a brewery. That is pretty fucking awesome. If the brewery is still active, that's even better. That's even better if it's still active. I mean,
during hours you can go and get something to drink. Not bad.
Yeah. No, I've been otherwise really happy with digital, but I don't think the air units are worth it. Like, I don't think the DJI air unit is the way to go. I think if you're going to go digital, get the Caddx Vista, because running 6S, it's too much of a hassle with the Vista. I mean, not with the Vista, with the air unit to try to get it to work correctly on the on a quad. And I don't know if the air unit's bad or not. I'm assuming the air unit's bad. If I'm getting green lines and it's locking up like that, I bet you I damaged the air unit when I crashed.
Do we get a new air unit from DJI probably next year, or what do you think?
I think we'll see a new air unit very soon. You saw the leaks, right? You saw the leaks. We've got new goggles inbound. You got that new RC that looks like the Tango, which actually, if it has decent range and low latency, I would switch to that protocol versus using Crossfire. If it's better, if it's got good penetration, I would go with that. Honestly, that would be my next move, because it would save me space on a quad. It would keep a quad lighter, because I don't have to worry about putting a receiver and all this other bullshit in there. I mean, that would just be super ideal. I don't know if it'll work or not.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be interesting. We'll see what happens when they actually release it, though. Like, I'm thinking, I was hoping we would see it in December. We were seeing some pretty steadfast, solid leaks.
I mean, it seems I feel like some people that we've chatted with already have it. They just can't say it.
I think they do. I don't know if you guys remember when I had LaDrib on the show, when I had Drew Camden on the show. Remember I said to him, I would like to see the version 2 of the DJI goggles be smaller. And he replied with, what did
Almost
he say?
like, nope, it's not going to get smaller.
He was pretty confident. He goes, oh no, they're not going to be smaller. He said, no, they're not going to be smaller. Like, he already had them. He already seen them. He's already used them. Like, it was too confident of a rebuttal. And of course, you got guys like Steele now switching over to the DJI system, using it. So I think they're already out in the wild, man. I think they're already basically ready to go.
I think so too.
I'm excited for them, though.
I'm excited to see what you do with them. I mean, watching you fly is just addicting, man.
It is addicting. It's fun. But it's expensive. Matt asked me thoughts on the new TBS Tracer. I would jump to Tracer. So what Tracer is basically they're using a 2.4 gigahertz network. They're getting crazy penetration, low latency. It's basically Crossfire on steroids. And it's even a smaller receiver than the Nano RXs. But I have so much Crossfire shit to try to jump to Tracer, and using the Tango 2. The Tango 2 is a game changer for me. Like, that RC is awesome.
It looks cool.
I don't think I can do it. It looks great. Tracer looks great.
B-Man wants to know what your top 5 FPV drones are for 2020.
Honestly, the ones I build, man. I don't buy any of the pre-builts, really. I unless if somebody sends me something, I don't buy the pre-builts. I have in a box over here, so that Roma F5. Yep. I broke an arm on that, right? So I broke an arm, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting on a replacement arm. I'm hoping to have a replacement arm on that tomorrow, so I can get that one fixed and flying again. My Marmot is dead. That's gone. I'm giving it to Mike. I don't even want it. I just need it out of my office. I didn't want to look at it. I can't even fix it. I would say probably my favorite quad is the Source One still. I think my Source One build I put up, that thing's perfect. Like, that's my ideal build. It's
cool.
Like, the Nazgul 5 is a solid bind and fly, but I think, for me, like, with what I do, like, I don't want that much props in my shot. Like, I really have to crop in when I want to get the props out of the shot. But with the Source One, I don't have any props in the shot. And I mean, it's a great build. Like the Source One is an amazing build. That's why I'm building a second one. I'm building a matching second one. So I have two good quads that are identical. Like I want them to be the same thing. So that's what I'm going to do.
808 State, you missed it. We said the best drone for 2020 was the Mavic Air 2.
Mavic Air 2 is done. That took the top spot.
And we were on the same page. I think our list, my list, it was pretty much the same as yours.
Yeah, Evo 2 Pro, I say took number 3, a solid number 3 for various reasons, but it for sure, solid number 3. What's going on, Mr. Jake Sloan? Good to see Jake, as always.
Yeah, he's over there having some nice gimbal chat tonight with Say Park.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They're talking about all kinds of gimbals. They're going nerd crazy on gimbals.
They're nerd crazy on the gimbals, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with my Ronins. The Ronin trio I got going on right here.
I'm still happy with this guy.
No, I got rid of. I sold it. As soon as I got the Ronin S2 and the Ronin SC2, I was like, fuck it. I'm selling anything that doesn't say Ronin on it. I'm selling. I sold. I mean, I have to, like, for me, like, YouTube is great, but I don't give a fuck about this because this doesn't make me my money. Like, I need shit that's going to be like, I need stuff that's going to make me my money when I'm working with clients. And the Weebill S screwed up too many times. And I've literally, where the hell is it? I've literally almost lost monitors, the viewfinders on cameras because of the Weebill has this spaz out where it starts going crazy. And I'm like, nope, not happening. I just got rid of that shit. So I am very happy with the Ronin SE. The Ronin SE and the Ronin S are two of my favorite gimbals for the year. Like I don't think I need anything else. Like as far as I'm concerned, they don't have to put out a Ronin S3 for a long time.
I hope not, because gosh, that Ronin S2 is expensive. That's like the most expensive gimbal I've ever.
You know what's funny is I see some people are breaking the area where you plug in the Raven eyes. Like it's coming off. I don't know what the hell's up with that. Maybe people just aren't being careful.
Are they expecting DroneWorks to replace it, or what? What's going on?
I don't know. I just sent him into DJI. I just contact DJI and say, hey, we had this come apart, and DJI has been pretty good about fixing it. I mean,
that's the benefit of buying through a dealer, right? I mean,
yeah, you don't have to be the middleman. You're basically being, we handle the negotiations for you. Like, as far as that's concerned, we filed the claim with DJI. We talk to them. The only time we reach out to you is like if they ask us a question that we can't answer or you didn't provide us the answer for. That's the only time.
I think that's the biggest benefit of going through a dealer. So drone works. Boot.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good, man. But we don't sell very many gimbals though. Like maybe a handful. I've only had 2 people break it, and what they're breaking is it's over there. I don't feel like getting up. It's just directly underneath. It's the plate that the Raven Eye sets on.
That slides into. Yeah,
it's only the people that have the Raven Eye. It's like I don't know if it's when they're attaching it or they're taking it off, they're breaking it. I don't know. I don't need it because I don't use that. I don't need focus like that. Like most of my lenses that I'm using, whether it be for real estate, whatever, I'm focusing so far out into the distance that manual focus is not even something I'm concerned with.
But we had a conversation about this. It would be kind of cool to see what the Raven could do on a slider combo for some interesting interview shots.
Robert's asking if the weather's coming soon. So as far as Philly goes with the weather, I have given him some time off. He's got some things coming up, so we have given him some time off to handle doing those said things. So yeah, so no weather. I don't know if we're going to be bringing that back, to be honest with you. I'm not really 100% sure. We're going to be retooling the show, so like I'm not sure if we're going to stream next week because right now a couple things are going on. The Teespring store, like I'm clearing out the Teespring store, so all the shirts, I'm archiving like all the shirts, all the apparel, so that's all getting archived. I'm actually going through, like, doing some actual real rebranding. So like the fly logo, that's going away. That's changing entirely. So we're going through, I'm having somebody do all the rebranding, so it's all trademarked now. I had a bit of an issue. So I want everything trademarked now. So that's happening this week. So you'll probably see a lot of changes, but I don't think we'll stream next week. While we're trying to deal with all the legal shit, trying to get all that crap done. So like even the Drone Brews logo thing that we got here, that's got to change.
Yeah, it's gonna be going.
So that's going to be
all that hard work on the new intro and everything. It's going.
I know. Yeah. You know what? I'm so sorry, dude. Because anything with that fly logo's got to go.
I mean, but it makes sense. I get it.
You know what it was? So here's the problem. When I asked somebody to have it, like when I hired the person to design it, they used a template, right? And they tweaked that template. That template was technically trademarked by somebody else. So when I went to go file a trademark claim on it, it got kicked back, and I couldn't understand why. I'm like, I paid for this to be designed, and then they explained it to me. So I actually hired somebody that is going to do it the right way. It's going to cost me a shit ton more money, but we're going to get a badass logo out of it and just better branding overall, which sort of sucks. It says, can't join the brew crew. The link is no good. What do you mean the link's no good? What the fuck's up with that?
Link's no good, huh?
Yeah, it says the link's no good, Paul. What's up with that? You gave me a bad link, bum? Give me a bad link, Paul? Let me see.
Interesting. All the links are broken.
What's up with that? All of my links are broken?
I know what happened.
What happened, Paul?
I'll fix that, people. So, if you do a copy and paste from another video,
is that what you did?
It didn't work. You got to go into the actual template, and for whatever reason,
I got it right here. I fixed it. There.
But I got to do it on every single link, so I'll do it.
No, it's not. It's fine. I just did it right here. That's the correct link right there. So if I click on that, it's working fine.
Right, but I got to change your hat. All of it. All of those are broken. I got to fix them all. I'll do it real quick.
Really, it's all broken. So no wonder why.
Because if you copy and paste, I can't do
that.
I failed.
You got to double check that. There's got to be some sort of quality control, Paul.
Yeah. When we rebrand the logo, we'll figure it all out.
My foot's going to go so far up your ass, Paul. It's going to be unbelievable.
Just take it on my paycheck.
You don't get a paycheck, Paul.
I know, that's the point.
Right, there it is. That's to join the Brew Crew. So check it out. We also have, for Brew Crew members, you'll have access to the Discord. So we have like a private community. Reason why it's behind sort of that wall is so we don't have to deal with any assholes in there. Like the last thing I want to do is like have a Discord and then have like not check on it for a day and then come back and find out a bunch of stupid shit happened and people aren't moderating it or cleaning it up. I think I can add moderators. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still learning it, but
our Discord group is cool. I like it.
Yeah, the Discord group's cool. So you guys can post your videos. You can post whatever you want directly to Discord. If you got photos you want to share, whatever it is. I think what we're going to use is like something that I want to do with Drone Brews is we used to do Friday night flights. So what I'm thinking about doing is just instead of doing Friday night flights is incorporating flights into Drone Brews, like have a segment where, you know, it's a 5-minute clip of those videos combined and just use Drone Brews to play those videos. And so we can also see the live commentary on it. I don't know how well the videos will play, but it would probably be pretty easy to do that. So, and then we'll just use the Discord section for that specifically. So I didn't even see what he said. What did he say? Retracted. What's going on here? I'm just looking at the chat. Dennis says he wants your job. Dennis, all you got to do is screw up at least twice a week and you've got it, dude. That's all you got to do. I think Paul's trying to attempt to fix.
It's fixed.
He's fixing.
The problem is you have to refresh the stream.
What did you fix now?
All the links. Every single link is fixed.
How'd you fix them so fast, Paul?
Because you can copy from the actual edit of details, but you can't go to like a video and copy the description.
I see, Paul. Well, that's good. That's good. Curtis says he just got home. We can start the show. Show's 49 minutes in. Thank you, Curtis. We'll begin now. We'll keep the shirt on this time. Man, I think tonight we'll probably call it. Somebody asked, "Are you not doing podcasts with Billy anymore?" It's not that we're not doing podcasts. It's just that we've been so busy. Both of us have businesses that we're running. I work a full-time job plus have a business that I run on the side, and I just have it, and plus do YouTube. So I have not had time. Any amount of free time I have, I'm either flying or editing video. I mean, I seriously mean that. Like, my wife's ready to kill me because I literally have been super, super selfish with my time. Super selfish.
He's been very busy lately. He got a lot of big jobs, so it's been part of the reason why it was a relief for the live stream last week.
What's that?
Part of the reason why it was a relief for the live stream.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have a stream last week because I was still trying to figure out some stuff. We did a gig for a hospital, and we were trying to figure out the color grade for this video we did, and that was a problem. We got that worked out, so now we just got to get paid on that, which will be great. I really, really need them to take care of that. So, what happened, Paul? Oh, what happened?
I was just agreeing with you. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's it. Are we going to do some live show on Discord? I don't know. Can we do live shows on Discord? Can you do live?
I didn't know that. I thought it was just like a big, a forum chat group.
That would actually be better because then I don't have to have a live stream here. We can just do it on Discord. You know, but some people have also said, well, why don't you move the live shows to Twitch? That's what people have asked me before. My thing is, most of my audience is here, not on Twitch. I don't want another app. I don't want another social media. There's too much social media shit right now. Like, there's just too much social media. Like, I'm application social media out, you know? Like I keep Twitter and YouTube is where I'm mostly at. I don't even use Facebook. The only reason why I have Facebook is for my business. That's it. Otherwise, I would delete it. I honestly would delete it. So
I never use it either.
I'm not doing Twitch. I have a Twitch. I've not used it, but maybe one time, and I couldn't tell you how to fucking it works. I hate Twitch.
Vortex Labs. What's the update on the Skydio X2? I mean, I don't know. They can't even figure out getting the orders done for the.
Well, Skydio X2 is not even going to be for consumers, so nobody should even be worried about the X2. It's not.
Right. I mean,
it's not a consumer drone, period. It's going to be like $15,000. Nobody in their right mind for a consumer has any business even buying that. Thermal drone, for starters, is just, when they ship, they ship. If not, you know, it's probably something that's going to be a little bit more tight-lipped, I would imagine, just because of what that drone is. Nobody has any use case for that.
I think the only thing that's cool about that drone is to see what could possibly filter into the consumer.
I would say, you know, that drone would be the gateway drone to whatever their next Skydio is going to be. So whatever their next rendition of the S series, that would probably shed some light into what that next. I'm fucked up. Whatever the hell it's going to be. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I think you good, Paul?
Oh, I'm good.
9:53. We went just about an hour. Good little warm up. We'll see how we do next week. We'll have to work on the guests. We'll have to figure out, you know, who we're going to bring on the show next. Go through the list of people who we're going to canvas. I want new guests, new faces. You know, I like to bring the camera guys on. I like camera guys on the show because I like cameras, you know. Cameras.
I love cameras. And I can actually talk about that better.
You know, cameras and me are like two peas in a pod right now. I'm not on that Fuji juice. I'm on that Fuji gang. Fuji gang. Fuji gang.
He's drinking the Fuji juice.
I'm drinking that Fuji juice.
But that video is still on fire. 11,000 views.
Phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I am just. But then again, and like B-Man says, it's cool just to hang, and not have guests because I don't feel like I need to have guests. I don't have to have guests.
Right.
If the show isn't enough with just us, then I don't want to do a show at all.
It was good.
It's great.
I'm just happy to see all these people here.
Did you notice this boom arm? Did you see this? Look at this, Paul. Look at this boom arm. Look how sexy this boom arm is. You see this boom arm? You see this boom arm? You know what this is? This is one I have not broke. This is called a Gator Frameworks boom arm. It is amazing. It is amazing.
Huh.
It is amazing.
It looks very similar to the new boom arm from Elgato.
Yeah, but Gator had it first.
I mean, it looks good.
This looks great. I love it. I love it. It's super stable too. I love it. So nice.
So nice. Your arm looks very good.
That's really weird, Paul. That you took it a little too far. I
could take it farther, but no. All right, do that.
So we could take calls. You want to take calls, Paul?
Ooh, I thought it'd be a great way to do this week. Let's take some calls.
What if I took the link to the stream and then we brought him in?
Okay.
Is that dangerous?
No. We gotta think about how we're gonna do this though.
I just drop a link.
And the first person that pops in, you just add them in.
They can come in providing decent audio, reasonable video quality, and they have a shirt on. No shirt, no shoes, no service. What do you say, Paul?
They'll look decent, more decent than mine for sure. I mean, their internet connection is probably gonna be
anybody's gonna look more decent than you, Paul. So that's fine. All right, so let's do this. Let's see how much of a shit show this becomes. I want to be out of here by 10:15. Traffic's terrible trying to get to the bedroom. So let me go. All right, let's do this. Ready, Paul? I'm going to paste it. I'm going to hit send. Paul, for the love of Christ, can you please fix your ass crack? Your ass crack is made it on more drone brews.
Oh, did it make it on there that time?
Yes, it did. All right, Paul, I'm going to pour another one. I'm hitting send. Oh, Jesus. The link is there, Paul. The link is there.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? Any guesses, Paul? Who's got the fastest live stream setup?
I don't know. If I had to guess, it'd be Lon, but I have no idea.
It's gonna be a roast. This is gonna be a roast. Whoever it is, we'll roast them. Maybe it's a hater, Paul. Could you imagine?
If it was a hater, this would be very entertaining.
Francis showed up. Like Francis is lurking in the chat. Francis decides he's gonna hit the link and he's gonna show up. Could you imagine? What a shit show that would be, Paul.
We haven't had very many haters lately. I've been very.
That's very good though. That shows we're making progress.
You're training them well.
You know what it is? I've been good. I haven't been an asshole.
I will give you that. I've
been a little bit more subdued, like almost as if I had medicine to control what I say. Oh, he forwarded it to Drone X Factory. Fucking Eddie.
Plus, you're very thankful in the comments lately.
I am. I'm very, very nice in the comments. That is true. All right. I'm gonna
anybody?
Nope. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. We're going. I'm killing it. At 10 o'clock. I gotta watch Kim's Convenience on Netflix. 10 o'clock. I'm watching Kim's Convenience. That's my and I'm gonna eat ramen noodles. So how bad is this? I eat ramen noodles each night. Terrible for my cholesterol. And I'm gonna watch Kim's Convenience.
Your mom, you can't. I almost said your mom.
My mom. What were you gonna say?
I was. Your wife can't cook you a decent meal. I mean, come on, man.
No, she doesn't cook, Paul.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Doesn't cook. I literally had Popeyes for dinner today. I'm whispering.
Oh, I love that spicy chicken sandwich.
Somebody took the bait, Paul. We got one on the hook.
Oh boy, who is it?
Any guesses as to who it is?
I'm gonna go with Lon or Eddie Nunez?
I'm going to say wrong, but he's got a better setup than you, Paul.
Oh, he does have a better setup than us.
Doesn't he have a better setup than you, Paul?
Yes, and his background is beautiful and sexy. It's green.
Look how professional his setup is, Paul. Your setup. Take notes, Paul. Take notes at the composition. Take notes at the lighting, the desk space. This is how a professional does their setup.
All my good stuff is sitting at work. I got all these new RGB lights, this ring light. I got a freaking new Godox light that's going to be there on Friday, and it's all going to work.
Know how to light himself. Look at him. Doesn't even know how to light himself. You make me sick, Paul. And you're going to probably return it or something, Paul.
No.
That's just what you do. 808, man. It's good to see you, buddy. How are you?
So, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. I hear you better than I hear Paul right now.
I was going to say you probably hear him better than me.
Oh, well, it's raining like crazy right now. So.
Holy crap! Where is this? Where is this setup? Because I see you have this door, and it looks like the wind is blowing in. Where is that?
This is my workshop.
Oh, this is a workshop.
Wow. Yeah, it's my workshop, and I have to put that curtain when it rains really hard. The rain come in. So,
are you ever concerned about the humidity with the electronics?
No, because I have everything else insulated, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wouldn't work down here. The rain blow you sideways.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be afraid of my new microphone so you guys can hear me better.
Man, that's great, dude. Look at you. You got the whole setup, man. I see your channel's doing well. How you're still flying your Evo 2, I see.
Like crazy, but I just ordered a Mini 2.
Oh.
See?
Jumping over to DJI?
You know what's going to happen? You're going to fly that, and you're going to say, damn, that is really good. That is a lot of fun. You're not going to be disappointed with that drone.
I got the Mini already, the first one. And so I got the first Mini already, and then I decided I'm going to do a comparison to the Mini 2. We'll see how it goes. I mean,
you should hydro dip it. I would highly recommend hydro dipping it. It just look how amazing that looks when you hydro dip a Mini. Look at how gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
sexy color. My goodness, it's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like right now. I hope the rain is not interfering with everything.
Now, full disclosure, I did put this down my pants, but it was not down the side with the boxers. It was over the box. It was like if there were sheets, if there were sheets, that's where this is. So what I'm thinking about doing.
Really? I thought it was the Mini 2. It was the Mini 2, not the Mini 1.
This is the Mini. This is the Mini. And you know what I'm gonna do, Paul? We're gonna give this Mini away. We're gonna give this Mini away, Paul.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I think we should give this away. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it as a Twitter giveaway though. And I'll disclose the fact that it was down my pants, but I will sanitize it. But it wasn't like down there for very long. It was more like for demonstration purposes, but I digress. Anyways,
that's what she said.
I'm going to give it away. I'm going to give it away, Paul. We're going to do it as a Twitter giveaway. And the next week, the next Drone Brew stream, we pick the winner.
Nice.
I don't know how we'll fucking do that, but we'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. We'll give it away. The Mini 1 is going to go to a new home. Somebody that wants a custom. That's a one-off. There's not another Mini on the planet that looks like this. Not another Mini. Not another Mini anywhere.
I was actually able to give away the other half, the CPL filters of the Freewell ND filters for the Untitled Evo 2 that you sent me, to somebody on forum that he couldn't afford to have filters. So the other half, I gave it to him.
Good, man. I'm glad to see that they did make it to somebody. Made it to
Two people. Me and him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, that worked out, man.
Yeah.
Is that a parrot? Am I hearing a parrot?
Oh no, that's a cookie frog. That's frog.
What is that?
A cookie frog.
They're called cookie frog. They're like this small. We have like millions of those guys here. And when it comes darker and it rains, then they make that weird sound. So everybody thinks it's always birds, but it's not. It's a frog.
Juan knew what it was. He goes, "Oh, you can hear the cookie."
Yeah.
He said it.
Yeah, he said it. So he knows. He knows.
Wow, man. I didn't know that that's what that, like, I thought there was like no like reptiles and stuff there.
Oh yeah, we do. We get.
Yeah.
We get geckos. We get all kinds of stuff over here.
Really?
The only thing we don't have is spiders. I mean, snakes. We get
no snakes.
Tiny spiders. Yeah.
You got like big spiders, little spiders. What type of spiders?
We got black widows, brown widows, or brown recluse. We get scorpions, but no more snakes.
Hey,
Snakes are imported.
Florida's like the Australia of the
Yeah.
West, man.
do you
Florida.
have any alligators?
No, we don't have any alligators. I think the worst in the water that can grab you here is the sharks.
Paul's left the chat for the evening.
What are you drinking, my man?
This is called a Cubano. This is Cubano style espresso brown ale from Cigar City.
Wow.
So it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually really, really good. This is I'm digging this beer. And the big thing was it's a lower percentage of alcoholic volume, which is good for me because I don't wake up in the morning with a massive migraine. The past couple of drone brews, I'll be completely real. After that stream I did with Kelly, I felt like death all day long into the weekend. I mean, I was never so hungover. I couldn't even look at alcohol. I was so hungover. And he drank me under the rug, man. He just drank me under the rug. So, I mean, at some point, I'm going to probably have to consult with my doctor and say, should I change the name of this from Drone Brews to, I don't know. I don't know what we're Drone what?
Drone juice.
Oh, drone juice. May have to because my liver may not be able to function much longer with that point.
It might be drone cider.
It might be drone. It might just be drone cider or drone water. I don't know. So,
Paul, you still haven't set up a way of how you can get him to drink your cider, no?
Yeah, we went back to Georgia and went to the Apple place, and I didn't even ask my wife if I could buy him a cider because he won't drink it.
So my plan is like so for the holidays this year, I've abandoned ship for all the holidays. So for Thanksgiving, we're not going to any family's house. Obviously, we're not going to family's house. But I said, we're gonna go to fucking Disney. We're gonna go to Disney, and we're gonna go to Epcot because I'm gonna tell you, Disney is psychotic about this mask shit, and it's the cleanest place in the world. They're wiping stuff down, and they're like, you got to be 6 feet apart. They're on a loudspeaker yelling at you. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to fucking Disney because that's the safest place to be for the holiday. And I don't have to go to anybody's house. I don't got to eat any shitty food. I can eat whatever I want from every single country around the world at Epcot. Then I'm gonna go to fucking Seasons 52, and eat something. I don't know what. I'm not gonna have to do, I don't know, nothing healthy. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna have to do any dishes. No dishes. Zero dishes. No dishes. Don't have to worry about any leftovers. No bullshit. No Aunt Agnes coming over and parking her ass for 3 hours. I have to give it a boot. Hey, Aggie, get the fuck off my couch. None of that shit. And then I'm going to rinse and repeat for Christmas. I'm going to do the same thing. Here's my family. All the family have a Merry Christmas. Fuck you. I'm going to the mountains. Bye. Skadoosh. I'm out. Going to the mountains. No
just
family.
Don't abuse Mickey Mouse.
That's it. I'm just going to kick Mickey Mouse and that's it. No, I'm going to bring the drones, my wife, kids, mountains. That's it.
Are you able to fly drones in Disneyland or Disney World or?
No. You'll get tackled. They will
get killed. Yeah.
I just told you that if you don't stand 6 feet apart from somebody, the guy's like, hey, I will throw you out of this park. He's got the two fingers. I'm going to throw you out of this park. You don't get away from. I'm like, listen, this is my wife, buddy. Back off. Yeah, they don't clown. They don't clown with that. So I am.
But what if you started outside and fly it over? No.
You would hit the NFC. It's a permanent NFC.
Oh.
You can't fly over Disney.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I didn't even know how the helicopters get permission to do that. You know those tour helicopters?
Yeah.
They got all these little tour helicopters that go over Disney.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube where they do like the drone flyovers over the old water park, the River Country? I don't know how they got that footage.
I don't know if that's legal. I don't think that's legal.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. River Country was closed down after people got enphallery.
Right.
People died there.
Yeah, the water was disgusting.
Water was disgusting. It was fucking swamp water.
I mean, they pretty much just took the water that was already there and just turned it. Hey, we're going to turn it into a water park here.
Yeah, that was a terrible idea. And there's like some abandoned island out there, like it's Discovery Island or something out there in Disney where I don't know.
Discovery, yeah, something.
So when are you guys coming to Hawaii?
What? Hey, how's the airfare? Well, they got still travel restrictions, right?
Not if you take the test over there.
Oh, you got to take a test. They got to do what they got to do. Put it up. I'm not sticking shit up my nose.
Well, you got to do
I've
the
never done a
pre-flight
test
test.
yet.
So they do
mean,
that COVID
They
pre-flight
got
test.
two ways. They got two ways. They can either draw my blood or stick something up my ass, but nothing's going up my nose. So there's two ways. I can do a COVID test. If they have an anal COVID test, I'll do an anal COVID test. If they have blood work, I'll do blood work, but nothing's going up my nose. Nothing's going up my nose. That's it.
They'll give you the two Disney fingers. You know?
They can do whatever they want there, but nothing's going up my nose. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't give a shit. They got the rapid test, I think. If that works, I'll do the rapid test.
Yeah, they get both of those. So you got to take one rapid test prior to flying, and then when you land here, they're going to test you again.
I'm so miserable. I'd probably never get sick with shit like that.
I still don't know personally anybody who had it.
I've heard people say so and so had it, but I've never actually met anybody that's had it. I'm not saying it's not real, because that's not the case, but I've just never met anybody. I've never been around, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's why I've never contracted it. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? But I mean, I've been fortunate. I've went to Philadelphia, Texas, and Colorado, and was around a lot of different people, and I was okay. And that was in, I wouldn't say peak pandemic, but it was it a stupid thing to do? Because people were like, you guys are stupid for going. No, fuck you. I'm going to die one day anyways. Fuck you. I'm going to die. But I was okay. But I wore a mask on the plane. I wore the mask.
He was very responsible.
I stayed away from people. On the one flight, you didn't have anybody next to you, which was pretty cool. But I mean, I just begged the question on airfares, like I don't know how safe that is. That shit's recirculating. So how okay are you going to be for how long? I have no idea. Airport, you gotta wear a mask in the airport. Colorado was great though. I'll go back to Colorado in a heartbeat though. That was my favorite of all the trips I've taken this year. Colorado was hands down my favorite. That was not long enough.
It looked beautiful.
I could have stayed in Colorado another 3 days, another 4 days. I could still be in Colorado for all I care. Colorado was amazing.
Colorado, the videos that you had was really good.
Ron Nepper said his daughter had COVID. He said she lost her taste for 7 days and felt what he said, felt a little tired, but that was it. I don't know. That's not too bad, but again, it probably affects. I'm not a doctor. I'm an idiot. It affects everybody differently. So, but to lose taste, I don't know. I wouldn't know how to eat food, but I guess that's the perfect time to try things you would never eat.
Yeah, it's a good part. We have like an automatic thing at my workplace because I work at the jail. So if you still smell the ass, you still don't have COVID.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to lose smell if I worked there. That's one thing.
Yeah, so far we've knocked on wood. We only had one over here. So
they said when this all started, they said eventually 80% of the population would get it. Who the fuck knows? This is such a shit show.
What time did you want to leave?
Yeah, we're gonna go 10:15. We're gonna go.
Thanks for having me.
Well, hey, right away. I appreciate you coming on, man. We'll leave you to it. We're gonna do that thing we do, where we do that thing that we do. I'll see you later, bro.
Aloha.
Hola.
Good guy. Great guy.
Hola.
All right. That's it. Paul, anything else for the night before we sign off? I don't know. Lon. I'm not going to repeat that, Lon, you degenerate. All right. I guess I'll hit the button, Paul.
I don't know what that was.
What was that, Paul?
Some person creeping down on the floor.
She's in here?
Yeah, she's on her knees.
What? Stop.
Is she on her knees, Paul?
She's
Really?
sitting next to my dog. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like,
not my dog, but well,
what's going on? But I didn't know what was going on. But all right, that's a good cue. We're gonna Paul's got people going down on him and stuff. So that's it.
I'm still waiting on the live stream where we can talk about
Oh man.
all kinds of,
There's so many reasons why I don't think that's a good idea, but
So many reasons why.
yeah, we'll talk about the reasons, Paul. You'll not believe what I tell you. All right. See you later, Paul.
Bye.
I want you, I need you, you got me right.